Good evening, everyone. We're going to get the regular board meeting of August 18th at 7 p.m. started. Secretary, please call roll.
Valencia. Here. Cefuentes.
Here.
Reyes. Here. Lache.
Here.
Olivas.
Here.
Moreno.
Here.
Johnson.
Here. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to move on to public comment. In order to speak at the board meeting, you would have had to sign in before 7 p.m. Respect the 3-minute time limit, respect the confidentiality of students and staff, and keep comments appropriate. Adriana Benitez.
Can I start? Okay. Good evening, members of the school board. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you tonight. I'm here as a parent advocate, and advocate for the youngest learners. I want to bring attention to the growing concerns shared by many families and new families to the district regarding the preschool process. We need communication to be clear and in a timely manner. This will make for a smoother transition process for our families entering the preschool program. For many families, preschool is their very first experience in our district. Unfortunately, what should be an exciting and welcoming process often becomes confusing and stressful. Key information about registration timelines, required documents, placement status, classroom assignments, and are frequently delayed, unclear, and scattered across multiple platforms. New families, especially those unfamiliar with the district or who speak languages other than English, face added barriers when communication is inconsistent and comes too late. Families are left unsure of whether their child has a spot, how to prepare, or who to contact for help. This uncertainty directly impacts child's readiness and families' trust with the school system. For example, on Facebook groups, families all got communication on different days last week and all were very frustrated. I personally haven't had any of my questions answered and have been constantly told to wait for a call. I have never received a call or emails. I was the one reaching out. And now my child might not start with his peers on Friday. Mind you, my child was screened on March 31st. Other stories like mine are frustrating and unfortunately will fall on secretaries, assistant principals, and teachers, and that is unfair for them. We needed to address it at a higher ground, and that's why I'm here today. So respectfully, I urge the board to consider 3 actionable improvements: centralized accessible information, create a clear user-friendly page on the district website dedicated specifically to preschool registration. It should include step-by-step instructions, timelines, frequently asked questions, and contact info available in multiple languages. 2, earlier inconsistent communication. Implement a communication timeline with email, text, and mail updates that go out at key stages like application received, placement updates, classroom assignments, and orientation information. 3, designated preschool family liaison. Appointed person at the district level to guide new families through process, answer questions, and ensure no one falls through the cracks. By making the small but meaningful adjustments can make and reduce confusion, build trust, and help support both families and staff in this critical transition in school life. As a Tomcat alum, I am 131% dialed in and bought into my child's education. Please help me and other families achieve academic success by giving us these tools. Thank you for your time and your continued commitment to improve the experience for all students, starting with our youngest. Thank you.
All right, we'll move on to Dr. Halverson, communications from the superintendent.
Thank you, Board President Cifuentes. First, I'd like to welcome up Ms. Brittany Walker to provide an update on our earlier training that we provide. I'm sorry, our back to school. We were kind of going through this earlier, so I do apologize. Our back to school fair and kind of the highlights of that. So thank you so much, Ms. Walker.
No problem. Good evening. I just wanted to again recap our wonderful back to school fair, which took place on Saturday, August 9th at the high school. Over 3,000 students and their parents, 3,000 students and parents participated in the event, where they were first greeted, checked in, received tickets, and they were able to get in contact with building administration, their direct building administration, in order to claim their backpack and a supply kit that had everything that they probably will need for the school year. Beyond checking in, students were able and their families were able to go to a resource fair. In that resource fair, we had all of our community partners that were able to assist families with things all the way from scouts to there's a wide array of things, and we'll see pictures of all the different opportunities that they were able to get information from. There were also free haircuts, which was really nice to see students just getting all nice and cleaned up before their first day of school. There was face painting. We also had a petting zoo and pony rides and all the fun things so that it could be a full family event. And finally, they were able to get physicals by VNA. So that's one less barrier, one less step in order to get them prepared for the school year. What other things that we have? So realistically, what you're going to see in this video is a little bit of the recap of that. Again, it was a great event, very well attended event. Once they left, there were food trucks. At the check-in process, each family received a row of tickets that allowed them to get a free item from each food truck. So again, that was just something else. We were giving back to the community and those vendors, and we were able to just give our families quick snacks and fun things to enjoy. So with that, you can see the video with what we had.
Thank you, Ms. Walker, for highlighting that. It was definitely a great Saturday. Had a great turnout. Got a little hot. We had the doors open, so the humidity was definitely matriculating into the building a little bit, but it was still a great time had for all, and just a lot of smiling faces, a lot of smiling support for our students and families there. So definitely thank you so much to everybody that worked so hard on that. Next, I'd like to provide an update on our all admin professional development. On August 6th through the 8th, we held a great 3 days of working together with district and building administrators to continue the preparations for the 2025-2026 school year. Some highlights included departmental and school improvement plan work aligned to more than typical growth and a sense of belonging for all, legal presentations and best practices in District 131, safety and security updates, and we also had a guest team building specialist, Phil Bodie, come in to provide training in the morning on Friday the 8th. And then we also had some fun team building activities in the afternoon that day as well. So it was a great way for us to kick off our year and get us going for the 2025-2026 school year, where we really centralized our focus together with all admin. And I heard through talking to various individuals that was very relevant today as our building administrators started leading their buildings as well, that it was a very similar message out there. So it was a lot of great work together, and I've got a little video to highlight that there. Once again, thank you to our administrators. A lot of great just team bonding there, a lot of walls coming down and just us collaborating and working together. And Brittany put the hashtags up there. They're going to be highlighted throughout the year. So you'll see a lot of hashtags to go with this push throughout the year. So just once again, kudos to the team. Thank you for everybody working through that. We had over 100 admin throughout the district that were all together in this room, and it held us just fine. We weren't sure if we were going to have enough space, but we definitely did, and it was a great event. So next, I'd like to move on to 4B2, the motion to approve the memorandum of understanding for the high school flag football stipend positions. But before we move forward with that with the secretary, I'd like to see if there are any questions about that specifically.
No questions?
Okay.
All right. Do we have a motion to approve the memorandum of understanding for the high school flag football stipend positions?
So moved.
Second.
So no questions. Secretary, call the roll, please.
Valencia.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Cifuentes.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Lache.
Yes.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Thank you. And finally, under the superintendent's report, I just wanted to talk about our first day of school. This is item 4B3. School begins on Wednesday, August 20th, and we're so excited to see all of the smiling faces of our students. This year also, starting at 7:30 in the morning, myself, Andy Allen's going to be our driver to drive us around, and members of the board will be coming out to the buildings to greet students, to greet parents, and to greet our staff as they begin the year there. So we're very excited about this. Our goal is going to be to make it around the district from 7:30 to 12:30. So we got 5 hours, no speeding tickets along the way is a goal with that. So, and that's all I have for the superintendent's report. Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll move on to the consent agenda. Motion to approve the following consent agenda as listed.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none. Secretary, call the roll, please.
Valencia.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Lache.
Yes.
Cifuentes.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Reyes.
Yes.
I believe we do have an introduction.
Yes, we do have some introductions this evening. If Julie Swartzoff could come up to the front for us, please.
All right, thank you and good evening. We have two new administrators to introduce this evening. First, we would like to reintroduce to the board and community Miss Jody Eppenstein as an assistant principal at the Early Childhood Center. Miss Eppenstein comes to this position from her role as a preschool instructional coach in East Aurora School District 131, where she has also served as a PFA blended teacher, and ECSE teacher. She has been with the district since 2007 and has led initiatives that include instructional coaching for teachers, facilitating professional learning communities, supporting curriculum implementation, and mentoring new educators. Ms. Eppenstein has also presented at state and national conferences and has been recognized with multiple awards, including a District 131 PLC Team Award, Golden Apple nomination, and Kane County Special Educator of the Year. Ms. Eppenstein received her bachelor's degree in early childhood education from DePaul University, her master's degree in language and literacy from Walden University, and her master's degree in educational leadership from Aurora University. Congratulations and welcome. And second, we would like to introduce to the board and community Mr. Thomas Scoble as Division Chair of English and Fine Arts for East Aurora High School. Mr. Scoble comes to our district from Lake Zurich High School, where he has served since 2015 as a theater and English teacher. He also recently completed his educational leadership internship, where he has supported curriculum evaluation, technology integration in the music program, and department-wide policy development. In addition to his teaching, Mr. Scoble has also led innovative community-centered programs that bring students, staff, and families together, including directing the Illinois high school premiere of Frozen and producing the all-state production of Shrek. Mr. Scoble received his Bachelor of Arts in Theater Education from Illinois State University, his Master of Arts in Theater Directing from Roosevelt University, and his Master of Science in Educational Leadership from Aurora University. Welcome to East Aurora.
All right, we'll move on to Finance and Personnel with Ms. Reyes.
Good afternoon, everyone. Buenas tardes a todos. So the Finance and Personnel Committee met on August 4, 2025 here at the Admin Center at 5:30. And we went through, there were no public comments. Dr. Engel presented us with donations that were received by the district, to which we all agreed that the donations were in order. Dr. Engel also presented the financial report for June 25. There were no questions, and the committee agreed that all finances looked in order. Dr. Engel also presented the fiscal year budget update, which consisted of the following. It included the timeline with an 8-4 resolution to adopt the fiscal year 2026 tentative budget, ISB budget, and it was put on display. September 15th, the Board of Education meeting public hearing for the budget and the approval of the budget. During the presentation, Dr. Engel discussed the remainder of the fiscal year 26 budget timeline. He followed the presentation by budgeting assumptions, including categories such as changes to interest rates, salaries, funding, benefits, utility and transportation costs. Dr. Halverson asked if Dr. Engel could elaborate on the programs that the district was exploring with utility companies to cut down on utility costs. And then the program will be administered through ComEd to look at the efficiency of new HVAC equipment with the goal of saving energy usage by 20 to 25% on average. Dr. Engel ended his presentation by discussing the revenue assumptions by fund, including the Education Fund, Operations and Maintenance, Debt Service, Transportation, IMRF, Social Security, Capital Projects, Working Cash, 5 Prevention, and Health, Life, Safety. We then also reviewed IASB press policies presented by Dr. Ballard. The press policies only included minor language changes, formatting, or legal reference changes as part of the district's 5-year review. There were no questions, and the committee agreed that the policies looked in order. Dr. Ballard also presented us with a position for the high school department manager that was previously brought to the curriculum board meeting for consensus and approval. The role related to the division chair of guidance role at the high school was created 3 years ago to provide administrative support for the counseling department, which replaced a previous model where a counselor with a reduced caseload served as the department manager. This person, who last served in the role, has since been promoted to the district's director of college and career readiness. As the district has not been able to obtain a replacement for the upcoming school year, he recommended that the district move forward to move back to the previous model to appoint a counseling department manager who would take on oversight responsibilities with a smaller caseload, with per diem days and without administrative duties such as evaluations. And with that, the meeting was adjourned at 5:43 p.m. Our next committee meeting will be on where is it? September 2nd, here at the Administrative Center at 5:30. That concludes my report.
Thank you, Ms. Reyes.
Sorry, and we do have one action item. And that is 6.B.1, motion to approve the request for the high school department counseling manager.
So moved. Second.
Any questions? Secretary, call the roll, please.
Lawson,
Yes.
Reyes,
Yes.
Rivas,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moreno,
Yes.
Cefuentes.
Yes.
Valencia.
Yes.
All right, we'll move on to curriculum and programs with Mr. Olivas.
Good evening. We had our curriculum committee meeting this evening, August 18 at 6 p.m. here at the Admin Center. I will provide more details on the minutes on our next meeting, September 2nd. And our next curriculum meeting will be September 15 here at 6 p.m. at the Admin Center. No actions.
All right, thank you. On to Building and Grounds Committee with Mr. Lofshe.
Thank you. We met on August 4th, Monday at 6 o'clock. We talked about Andy Allen gave a summer projects update and the status of all the projects. We talked about the Career Technical Center update, how we're going to hopefully break ground in the fall of 26 and be open for the fall of 27. That's the goal. We talked about our 5-year capital improvements plan, trying to get ahead of that. Facility assessment, we have not had a facility assessment in 10 years. So the committee is supportive of doing this, but we asked for to see the last one and a little more information before moving forward. We talked about under the Alt-McKinney-Vento transportation rule, extending the contract first alt to match the first student contract. But the committee asked for a little more pricing before we move forward with that. And the last thing was a work order summary, talking about all the work orders, where they were at and the status of all of them. Our next meeting, as I said, is Tuesday, September 2nd, a Tuesday at 6, and there's no action items.
Thank you.
Mm.
All right, moving on to executive session. Can I get a motion for the purpose of discussing negotiations, pending litigation, and the appointment, employment, performance, compensation, and dismissal of a specific employee?
So moved.
Second.
Secretary, call the roll, please.
Fuentes,
Yes.
Valencia,
Yes.
Moreno,
Yes.
Olivas,
Yes.
Reyes,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
And there will be action. All right, motion to reconvene from executive session.
So move.
Second.
Secretary, call the roll, please.
Fuentes,
Yes.
Valencia,
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Moreno,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Reyes,
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
All right. Read this one. Read this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. We've got a motion here, motion to reject the proposed resignation of certified staff, Melissa Williams Rivera.
So move.
Second.
Any questions? Hearing none, Secretary, call the roll, please.
Reyes,
Yes.
Valencia,
Yes.
Johnson, LaShay.
Yes.
Fuentes.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second.
Secretary, call the roll, please.
Valencia.
Yes.
Fuentes.
Yes.
Reyes,
Yes.
LaShay.
Yes.
Olivas.
Yes.
Moreno.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Let's go home.
I don't want to go out there.
Be safe, everybody.
I'll reconvene.